Welcome to OfficePortal. In this video, we are going to discuss about the important salary component called transport allowance. What is transport allowance? A transport allowance paid to an employees for the travel expenses for commuting between residence and workplace. As per Section 10, Subsection 14 of the Income Tax Act 1961, Rupees 3,200 is exempted per month for an employee if he is blind, deaf and dumb, or orthopedically handicapped with a disability of lower extremities. Transport allowance is paid to the employees by the employer who runs a transport business to meet their personal expenditure during the running of such transports from place to place. The below exemption is applicable to the employees if he is not availing the daily allowance. Amount of exemption shall be least of the following: 70% of such allowance or rupees 10,000 per month. So there's a threshold limit of 10,000 for the exemption of transport allowance. Let's see how it is implemented in OfficePortal. The transport allowance has been created as one of default allowances, with other allowances like out of 30 we have created default allowances. When you go to the main settings, under payroll settings and earnings, you will find transport allowance has been created already. So right now it has been in inactive mode, and to add new components, as you know, you can click the add new button and click a new component as per your desired settings with using custom allowance, right? So that's again one more option, but since we have already created the default allowances, you can make use of this. To enter into the transport allowance to see the settings, you can click on top of it, and we go into this. Transport allowance is a fixed amount, a fixed pay concept, so it will be available for the salary CTC's detailed structure. So in the calculation type we have given as flat type. It could also be a percentage of basic or a percentage of gross, also a gross salary also. We have mentioned flat and 0, so that means this amount could be any amount starting from 1 to any amount which will fit into the bucket or the salary CTC of yours. So it is fixed and it is by default included in the CTC component, and it is a taxable component, and it could also be a prorated component or could be a fixed component. So when you mean by prorated, it is actually prorated based on the attendance. If the employee works for full working days, he will get the full amount. If he has a lesser number of working days, he will get a prorated salary for that one. And PF ESA calculations also could be included or excluded based on the settings. Like if you want to include this component for PF calculation, you can include, and with the threshold also you can do with the 15,000 cap, or you can also exclude for PF calculation by putting no, and here we have yes or no for ESA calculation. So this is for statutory compliances inclusion for the calculation of those statutories. Let's see how this has been configured in the salary details page. When you go to employees, you select an employee, you go to the employees and edit that employee. You will see the sub menus of the employee, and in the statutory menus you will have the statutory settings. And salary details, when you see the 4,80,000 CTC of employee, will have this component. Since transport allowance has been enabled now, it has been entered 2,000 by myself now, and it was 0 here previously, so I have just entered 0. So it will get adjusted with this 4 components, and out of this 40,000, all the 4 components will be lesser. The remaining figure will go to the fixed allowance. That's how the bucket concept or the remaining figure works in the OfficePortal configuration for fixed allowance. So this is how the salary CTC has been configured. So basic HRA, conveyance, transport allowance also part of. So you can have any components here by enabling, disabling, making active and inactive. Earlier it was inactive, so it would have been now visible. So now I have enabled, so it is visible, and the amount has also been entered now for the testing purpose. Let's see how it is implemented in the parent. So when you create a parent for the month of May, so the Priyadarshini is the employee whom we have given this transport allowance. So when you run the parent calculation, so it will actually prorated basis calculate, because we have selected already prorated configuration. So for 12 days in May we have 31 days, for 2,000 for 12 days, and as for 2,000 for 31 days, and for 12 days 774 is the prorated amount. So it appears in the transport allowance had 774 for Priyadarshini as an employee. So you can see the other components also prorated. since his salary is 40,000 gross, but it has been prorated for 12 days with all the components. Totaling it comes to that. And he also had expense reimbursement bill for 1,500, so those has been added here. So the net pay is around 16,984 inclusive the expenses reimbursement bill for that month. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll come back with more informative videos in OfficePortal. To set up a free account, go to www.officeportal.io and click on Setup Free Account link. To schedule a free demo, go to www.officeportal.io and click on Schedule a Demo link.